Yo, what up? It's the featurepresentation.com movie talk. You know what I'm saying? This is DJ Sus1, my guy Joey Franchise, my guy Quasi, and my guy Finale. Now, I'm just starting this off because I got to run out. My boy Quasi's going to take over the whole hosting situation. But today's episode is about Godzilla versus Kong. Now, I know all three of these fellas, especially Finale, probably has Godzilla posters directly over their bed in their bedroom. Okay, I don't, but I
ain't lie.
Like look at Finale. Look at the background. Look above his head. Like
I told Finale and Quasi I got them on a Godzilla team. I know what team they
Godzilla, baby. What up?
Always been G team, baby. You should see my jacket. I got a G-Force jacket.
Here's how we're gonna start, and just I wanted to go one by one. I'm gonna get out of here. Quasi's gonna take over, but this is a movie review for Godzilla versus Kong. So
spoilers.
Yes, sir.
There's gonna be spoilers, and I want to start with Quasi because he's hosting, and then y'all go after that. And how was the movie Godzilla versus Kong?
All right, straight up. Well, first of all, so it's gonna be half and half for me. This was more of a biased Kong movie, but of course, when Godzilla and Kong get down, this movie just like flies. It's amazing. But the human story is, I'm gonna keep it real, it's bullshit. But didn't take away from my overall enjoyment of the movie. I'm gonna say if you come in there looking for some kind of deep story, do not go in there looking for some deep story. It's not that. This literally really is truly about Godzilla finally fighting Kong, the two titans coming together to fight. If you ignore the rest of the story and kind of just turn your brain off for that hour and a half, well, it's like almost 2 hours, you're gonna have a good time, to me. So I'm gonna let Finale kind of talk a little bit more because he's the Godzilla specialist, and then I want me and Joey to kind of chime in, and then we'll kind of do it like that. Then that way, we won't miss any details. How about we do it like that? So go, Finale.
All right, where do you want me to start? Do I drop the Easter eggs and the things people probably missed?
Yeah, we can do everything. Spoiler. You can do everything.
Spoiler? Okay, spoiler. Yeah. Right from the gate of the movie, for people that missed it, when they were showing Godzilla's feats and Kong's feats, before they matched up, it showed that Godzilla killed all the Titans that were at the end of King of the Monsters.
Right.
All the Titans that bowed to him, dead. Right, and Kong just had Skullcrawler and the Meyer Squid, right? So Godzilla was going mental before this movie. I wish they would have expanded on that. Like, why was he already going berserk? And then they showed
on the cutting room floor. I feel like they left a lot on the cutting room floor on this.
I feel like it's going to be a director's cut because they also, before the movie came out, they said that Godzilla was going to have new powers. I didn't see any new powers at all, right? Oh, I didn't see any. So he blew his beam a little more than normal. That's not a new power. But in the beginning, when they were showing his feats, it said nuclear pulse. So I was waiting to see it.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's none of that. And as you said before, and I'm pretty sure we knew this already, it was going to be a Kong movie featuring Godzilla because Kong is relatable by humans. We spoke about this, the empathy, his facial expressions. We could relate to apes and monkeys more. So I knew that already. I wasn't disappointed in that. I was disappointed in, I wanted to see more Godzilla. Like, I still want to see more Godzilla. 3 movies, and I still want to see more Godzilla.
Why is Godzilla a guest in his own movie? That's
3 times.
To me, especially in a movie called Godzilla versus Kong. It's not Kong versus Godzilla. Godzilla versus Kong.
It was Godzilla's 3rd installment, and he still probably only has, out of 3 movies and a total of 5.5 hours of movie time, he has about 20 total minutes.
That's crazy. Let me let Joey chime in a little bit before we go back. We'll go back.
Yeah, because there's a lot I gotta go.
What do you think? I know you got a lot to say, Finale.
Yeah,
go ahead, Joey.
You guys are the experts on this, so I definitely want to hear both your sides because you guys are true fans of Godzilla. So I hate to burst the bubble a little bit, but
Go ahead.
I was not a fan of the movie at all. And mostly not because it wasn't, I wasn't hyped to see the fighting. I thought the CGI was really dope. What I didn't like, obviously, like what you said earlier, was the human storyline. They just couldn't get it right, and it felt like so forced, so rushed. You're taking us, to all these different places. The Hollow Earth thing kind of threw me off a little bit as well. But the positive note, I really like the I really enjoyed the fight scenes. The first one was out of control, man. Where like Godzilla had the advantage just because he's, you know, he can maneuver through water. Obviously he's gonna take that W, but man, Kong held his own in that as well. But the Hong Kong fight was epic. I really wish there was another fight scene in between, because right after Hong Kong, you get, you know, now they got a team together and do the Mecha Godzilla thing, which was a crazy Easter egg. And man, let me just tell you, like, this dude, Mecha Godzilla, was beating cats up. Like that was pretty wild. And I thought it was unfair because once again, the human storyline comes into play for the final act. And all my man's had to do was drop the alcohol on the board. That was the worst. I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, you really didn't get to see anybody really defeat Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah.
It was bad writing. It was bad writing.
That's your man, Michael Dougherty, man. Like
that was
Michael
wild.
Dougherty,
bad
the director
bad
for the
writing,
last
bro.
Godzilla movie. He wrote it. And the funny thing is, I want to see the version of the original script, because the original script, when damn, what's this guy's name? The director, Adam Wingard, for this one, he said I had to nix things out because I was feeling bad for Kong. So Kong was apparently getting smoked even more. He was like, there were things in there I had to take out because as I started reading it, I started feeling empathy for Kong, and I had to take things out. I want to see that script.
Me too.
What was in there? That's probably the things I had issues with the movie. Still, like, even though I have issues, I still enjoyed it. Like, I still enjoyed the movie. Even I could overlook the issues because we all know nobody cares about the humans. We're not going there to see humans. We're going there to see these monsters get busy. So do it. They are getting better with it. You know, they're dialing down on the human story, but they still think that humans need to serve a purpose. Like, we still got to be the ultimate hero of the day. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
Here's what I will say. You do need some human driving force, because the whole thing with the Mecha Godzilla, something's got to fund it. Someone's got to create Mecha Godzilla.
No, that's fine. I'm talking about that. We have to save the day. And we have, let these motherfuckers get busy.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
So let me make this a little simple on my end. I'm gonna tell you a couple things I liked and a couple things I disliked, and then we'll go around the room a little more to kind of focus things. Story-wise, the motivations were like all over the place. I kind of get sort of the villain role in this. The Apex guy was like, all right, I'm creating my own Titan. So everywhere I go with this head that's nuclear, Godzilla's gonna follow and try to blow up everywhere. And that's why he's going crazy. And you figure that out later. But the guy, the villain is like ridiculous. It's just like a two-dimension character, like the twirl the mustache kind of villain. It's like, what the hell? It's like there's no
build-up. There's no reason. Like, that was my problem with the Ren Serizawa. Like, what's his motive?
Yes,
his father loved Godzilla. Now all of a sudden he wants to kill him. Like,
and I feel like that, not to cut you off, was another subplot that they didn't get into. It must have been stuff on the cutting room floor. What is his motivation? Because like you're saying, the father loved Godzilla, and like you're saying, it's like the son just, what's his motivation? He feels like Godzilla was part of his father's demise, and if that's the case, they never.
Or he paid attention to Godzilla more. Like, I don't like when movies leave it up to me to figure it out. I can figure it out because I'm a fan,
right?
But that was just not to go back and retract, but that was my problem with the Snyderverse. Was you let the Snyder cut, you left me with a lot of questions, and I have to find out, and I like to find out. But what about the average viewer? Right. That's what I'm thinking about. And that was the thing with this movie. They had a lot of that missing. Like, did you know that this was taking place in 2024?
No.
Yeah.
No, right? There was one bar that the main protagonist said. I mean,
I didn't know. Yeah, until the villain said, "I've tracked Godzilla for 10 years," and that's when I was like, "All right." So if Godzilla's like the first, movie was 2014, that's the only way I knew it was 2020.
Yeah, that's it. And it goes over so quick because you're paying attention to Mecha Godzilla behind it.
Exactly.
So, okay, it's 2024. Why are we so advanced? You could have at least told me what this metal was made out of that could take one strike from Godzilla.
Right.
You didn't say anything. Like, where did you get this metal from? And Kong couldn't break out of those chains. Okay, what kind of metal is this?
Right.
Give me these answers so I get it makes sense to me.
And then also, how's Mecha Godzilla being powered? I get it. Is it the pilot? And then you're using the Ghidorah heads, but the Ghidorah heads at this point are skulls. There's no brains inside.
No. So all right. Not to cut you off.
Yeah,
but
no,
this is where we get into the Easter eggs. So
okay,
Mecha Godzilla has almost 4 Easter eggs in one creation. It's Mecha Godzilla because it's a mechanized version of Godzilla, right? But it's being powered by Ghidorah DNA.
Ghidorah,
They
right.
have it uploaded, right? That's what they did in the 2002 Godzilla against Mechagodzilla with their creation, Kiryu.
That is right.
They
Okay.
built the
Oh,
they built the Mechagodzilla around the 1954 Godzilla's bones.
Right.
So they used the DNA. So when Godzilla growled in that movie, the bones remembered and started attacking Tokyo. So now the Mechagodzilla started to attack them. And that's what happened in this one. Mechagodzilla attacked him. So you got that, and you have Mecha Ghidorah because it's Ghidorah took over.
Say, shouldn't it have been more appropriate that this movie should have been Mecha Ghidorah? Because technically you use Ghidorah's fucking DNA.
I would have liked to have seen him start because he reforms, right? He should have, when he took over, start to regenerate into a Ghidorah and be partial Mecha.
And that's my ultimate point. So some
that
stuff like
been so dope.
So some stuff like we're saying literally is over people's heads because if you're not fans like you and I, Finale, we're not gonna catch that. So like someone like Joey, would that have been something you would have caught or what? Like
I wouldn't have caught the regeneration part. I did understand of Ghidorah's like powers and how it kind of, you know, soon as like Finale said, when Godzilla growled, all of a sudden it activated something. He took over Mecha Godzilla and started running through Hong Kong. You know, and one thing that kind of threw me off a little bit too, to getting back to the human storyline is what happened to Emma Russell. Like they never really.
She got smoked in King of the Monsters when Godzilla went nuclear. There's no way she was surviving.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
But the problem, and not to cut you off, Joey, is they're gonna explain more in these books that are canon to the movie that are supposed to be prequels, but they don't come out until after the movie. So April 6th, it's coming out. And it's going to probably explain what happened to those Titans that Godzilla killed. Show it in the movie. Don't leave it up to people to go. I get it. You're trying to sell merch, but not many, like you don't know how many people are going to be invested in trying to find out.
Right.
I am, right? Because I'm bothered by, here, I'm going to tell you right now, like, I don't mind Kong having plot armor if he needs it. It wasn't that bad. Okay. Humans had to keep saving him. Fine. But the axe I have a problem with. That axe was unbreakable. So when Kong jumped on Godzilla's back, he should have been cut up because it's made from his spine. Remember when he jumped off the building? He was perched up there like Batman.
Yeah, but he
jumped on his back.
Yeah, he did, but he didn't stab him when
No. I'm saying he jumped on his back. Those dorsal plates should have stabbed Kong.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, technically, if we want to get real technical, dude, Godzilla just blew a whole hole into the hollow earth all the way through. So that means any shot that he shoots within a time breath should blow up anything.
Yes, but no, but
power levels are off.
Like, so here's the thing. Here's the big
thing.
So tell me if you caught this plot hole. And this is a bit like again, there are plot holes and there's problems, but it didn't take away from me enjoying the movie. That's all. It didn't take me away from enjoying the movie because I don't care about the humans.
No, I still enjoy it like you.
Yeah.
But
so
before you go, let me just say this because I know you're got a lot to say, and I just want to kind of keep things so we kind of get a path here. A couple more things I didn't like, and here's one. When I'll just leave it at this: the Hollow Earth thing. They get all scientific about it. And here's my issue with this. If you're going to have science in a fiction movie and it's like, okay, the gravitational pull is like this and it's the reverse. We got to have these special suits. We got to have a special vehicle that goes into Hollow Earth.
You're going to bring up something I wanted to bring up. Yeah.
Right. So all that's there, right? So, and then everything's reversed. Gravity works reverse down there and everything, right? But as soon as Godzilla blows the hole in, it's like all that science goes away. So Kong can just call right back through and we're good again. It's like...
no, so... Yeah, it was some Doctor Strange. It was a brain pretzel.
Yeah, they bullshitted that. But I don't want to be picky about that, but it is like you do all this precursor first. Why do that if you're really just going to
down was up and up was down.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah, that's fine. But then also it's Hollow Earth. So where the fuck is the sunlight coming from? It's Hollow Earth. You're inside the Earth. Where's the sun?
That's the theory of the Hollow Earth. Like it's an actual theory, and there's a world within a world. And if you watch any Hollow Earth movies, like with The Rock and Journey to the Center of the Earth, there's an ecosystem with a sun, and the sun is the Earth's core. So they didn't explain it, but that's what I'm saying.
It's kind of reaching sometimes. It's like
the Hollow Earth, like I understand the theory of the flat Earth, so I get it, and they're playing canon to the theories and the conspiracy. But how come the people, when they got out to heave, they didn't test for radiation levels?
That was my curious. That's what I was curious.
I'm like, wait, what? You should have been melted. Like, first off, the pressure of the gravity should be worse, and then Shirazawa, the levels when he went to Godzilla's, in his castle, you were here where they said this is Godzilla's power source when he was breaking it down to Lind, Alexander Skarsgård. He was breaking it down to him. He said the power source from the Hollow Earth matches Godzilla's. Okay, so here's the big plot hole. If that matches Godzilla's power source, when Godzilla blows his beam at that axe should then supercharge Godzilla if he gets hit by it, because they blew a nuclear bomb in his face and it didn't knock him out from the pressure. Why did the axe knock him out if it's his own power source? Radiation returning radiation.
Once again, it's sloppy writing, bro. It's like there's a lot of things that you can't.
They should have, honestly.
Tell
me if you think this would have been better. He uses the axe to cut Godzilla up because it's the only thing that could pierce his skin, like it did in his leg.
And they showed that with the
to
leg.
the shit. He just chucked it like, what? He didn't even pay attention to it. It's fine. At that last back to Godzilla scene, you said Godzilla had new powers. Okay, so this is what you do. He blows the beam at it. He hits Godzilla with it, and it supercharges Godzilla. And then he shoots a pulse and kills Mechagodzilla. That's how you do it. Because how do you hurt him from his own power source if the power source matches his power source? They said it. Like, I was like, all right,
you know what, they did it that way, like we're going to go back and say, because they had to give Kong a shining moment, and I just feel like that was just fan,
like the round two went to Kong.
Yeah, it's fan service. There's a lot of stuff that
it was the same round.
It was predictable too.
And I'm sorry, and I'm gonna let Joey speak a little more. But once Godzilla blows the hole in the earth again, back to they're talking about gravitational pulls. Like like everything goes crazy on the regular Earth because you like fucking with gravity again. Because now there's this big ass hole that you just created. There's no way everything's just standing. Hong Kong's just like everything just flips into the hole. It's like what? That's just like, I'll give you hollow earth, but then once Godzilla hits the hole, there's like everything on the top of the earth would just go to shit. So listen, I don't want to be super nitpicky, but that was just like, what?
But it was a visual ride. I can visually watch it. Yes, I'll watch it. I'll fast forward some of the human scenes and just go right to the fight scenes. That's all that matters.
Let me say one other thing too, something that I feel they didn't even, honestly, I know it's about the connection, the Millie Bobby Brown character with the dad, with Kyle Chandler. It's just a connection. Kyle Chandler served no fucking purpose. You didn't need him. You didn't really need Millie Bobby Brown. Honestly, you didn't need the whole, the guys even fucking with Apex. Maybe you could have had to do because he was at least entertaining. That was the employee.
Yeah, he was funny. I like
Bernie.
But the rest of them, you didn't need them in this one. The humans that you did need were with the Kong people. I thought they served somewhat of a purpose. The kid that can freaking sign language to the ape. But goddamn, can she cry in one more fucking scene? I was like, Jesus, this little. Every time you see the girl, she's crying. I'm like, okay, fuck, stop with the crying. I'm like, and then the last thing I'm gonna say, then I'm gonna let Joey talk for real. 40 minutes we gotta wait. 40 minutes. We do have a Godzilla sighting in the beginning, but 40 minutes until they fight. That's way too long. That's like BBS again. It's like
we're just watching Kong. That's Kong ridiculous. On his journey to getting Stormbreaker.
Joey, give us more.
Yeah, for real.
2 cents, brother.
Yeah, no, I mean, you guys are hitting it on the nose right now and helping me understand a few things that I probably didn't peep in the movie. But man, what I didn't like was I wasn't a big fan of Bernie. I didn't like the employee, the conspiracy theorist. Millie Bobby Brown's character. She's cool and whatnot. I do agree with like the con people serve a purpose. And the girl doing the sign language, that was pretty all right. But yeah, it was just kind of all over the place for me. And I just didn't know how to, I'm trying to separate, okay, this is a movie, but this is a Kong versus Godzilla movie. You gotta, if you can take out these human aspects to the movie and just add more Kong Godzilla. I would have added a third battle of them, on the one.
They need
more battles. That's it. Less people, but this is their tester. They're getting better each time. After this, they're gonna be like, all right, people don't care about the humans. Let's just...
I'm gonna say,
well, they switch out the humans all the time. Like they're adding new cast.
I'm invested in this character, and then they kill him off, or he's never seen again. Yeah,
it's like that was a problem. Russell in this, right? So it's like you invested in her, and by the way, because I think the story was a lot better in King of the Monsters, because at least you could track people had better motivations, and that.
Yeah. There's really no motivation in this.
So that's like the writing in this was really really sloppy to me. But it's like, yeah, to your point, one more battle definitely. And to Finale's point earlier, had that battle been, and it should have been, give me one more extended battle with Mechagodzilla and Godzilla before he starts getting whacked around. Where it's
No,
like the
first
precursor.
battle, Godzilla, Mechagodzilla at 40-50% power. Godzilla's winning. Ghidorah takes over and starts to turn into Mecha King Ghidorah because of his DNA. And then he's busting Godzilla and Kong's ass. Now that is a fucking 10. I'll ignore everything else.
Right. But one thing I will say, because we all know it's expensive as hell to make these movies. I feel like they put everything in the kitchen sink into the effects, and thank goodness they did, because the monster effects are phenomenal. But the rest was just, and that's why you didn't have script tweaks and all that, because they probably ran out of money, honestly. They're like, there's probably a point where it's like they put so much money into the effects, we're like, all right, we got to wrap this thing up now. And that's what it kind of feels like.
I still enjoyed it. I got problems with it, but I enjoyed it.
Right.
And I enjoyed Godzilla versus Kong.
Me too.
That's how you gotta look at it. I mean, it wasn't my, big cup of tea, but me, I'm not like the biggest Kong Godzilla fan in the world, but it's why we go to the movies in the first place. We want to see, things like that. You know what I mean? We want to see two Titans go at it. Obviously, there was some discrepancies with the movie on certain storylines. I think another part with the Hollow Earth, it just took forever for him to get to where he needed to get through Hollow Earth. You know what I mean? When he realizes who he is.
But Quasi, why was he gonna get smoked by Warbat, yo?
And that's my point. Yeah, it's like
man's been getting clapped.
Yeah, he was about to get clapped. He was getting his ass beat a lot.
Yeah, he was getting.
And all the help came from his his human team.
Yeah. Yeah,
let's kind of wrap it up, but then let's wrap it up by just talking specifically, because we're talking about our problems, and that's cool. The one other problem I gotta just at least address is, so what's her face is Rebecca Hall's character is with Kong for 10 years, and in this whole time she doesn't know that Kong is able to sign with the daughter until they're on the ship.
Yeah,
like,
well,
what?
they
You're a doctor.
She said it because he didn't want her to know, but then why would he show everybody?
Right.
Yeah. Again, the writing,
not 10 years though.
Doherty, he missed a lot of points, but then you shouldn't even have added that. Just have the fights. Just show more Godzilla Kong. All right. Maybe make it easier. Godzilla destroys Skull Island because the Titans were going there. That's what you said at the end of King of the Monsters in the credit scenes with the newspapers. Right. All the Titans are going. Godzilla's keeping them in check. Then if he's keeping them in check, why'd he kill him? So have him destroy Skull Island because of the Titans. They're acting up. They're challenging his throne. That's Kong's. He blew up my my home. Now I got beef. Like the whole ancient beef, you just threw it in there, and there was no context of that in the past. Like there was nothing to leading up that they had ancient beef. So it's like new beef, like Batman and Superman. Like it's new. It's not like Earth and Krypton been fighting for millennia. Like you just gave it to us like, oh, there was an ancient battle. Why? When? Like when? Why?
And then again, Joey already said it, but come on, this kid's trying to disturb the link with for Mechagodzilla, and then the final resolution is just to pour some alcohol in the console, and that happens.
Why did they pass that?
Why
did they pass that in the writing board? Like why did it make it past the editing room?
If that's not one of the weakest as the expression "deus machina" or machina, whatever it's called, that's like convenient fucking things that happen to end the movie.
Didn't take it away from me. I didn't fall asleep during the movie, Joe.
Right. Well, listen, we'll keep Justice League out of it today. We'll just specifically talk Kong versus Godzilla versus Kong.
I gotta stand up, man, because the Justice League fans were going at us.
I'm Team Zilla.
We're not supporting this, and it's not even a Warner Brothers movie.
I feel you. Last thing I just want to talk about that fight specifically with Kong and Godzilla, the one in Hong Kong.
Please.
What did it live up to expectations?
Joey, since you're not a fan, how was it enjoyable?
The Kong versus Godzilla in Hong Kong?
Yes,
Hong Kong.
That's the one.
That one was fire.
Okay.
I will say that fight was fire. And one thing, and Finale brought up some good points, especially with the axe, and the power source of Godzilla and how it didn't really pierce his skin the way it maybe should have, or Godzilla wasn't stabbed or pierced from jumping on the back of Kong.
Kong wasn't.
Kong
Kong wasn't stabbed.
Wasn't
Godzilla
stabbed.
but he did get him in the leg. But yeah,
But it was definitely a solid scene. You know, I would just wish there's a director's cut that had just more, you know,
More to fight.
more Titan
I'm
fights.
thinking when they do the Blu-ray eventually, there's gonna be a director's cut. There's definitely stuff on the cutting room floor. There's got to be a Serizawa backstory. There's also moments where you like literally we go from Kong's on Skull Island, then he's on a ship, so they know they had to tranquilize him. There's got to be some, and then once again he's back on they're flying him over. So there's what they do. They just got a big tranquilizer gun. They just shoot him in his head every time.
That's what I was. That's what I was worried about. I want to know how the hell. Two things real quick before and then I'm done. So Kong and Godzilla, like how these guys must weigh like God knows how much.
Yeah.
For them to be standing on top of this ship. Like
that was terrible.
Yeah,
that kind of threw me off a little bit. Like these are some big ass Titans.
Although, to be fair, there are aircraft carriers that have been built that really can.
Yes, they are, but they can't carry the weight and the offset of weight. But Godzilla's all that 90,000 tons, and Kong is like 30 or 60, so it's just off balance.
No, I get you. That aside, but I did want to chime in on the Hong Kong, because to me, the Hong Kong fight was what that movie was all about. To me, that's the fight that redeems the bullshit 62 movie to me.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to see. They finally a director. We say what we want about Wingard, but finally a director showed Godzilla got hands too. It's not
Godzilla had hands.
I
was surprised.
Right. And that's how it should be, where yes, Godzilla's a thinking monster too. It's not just Kong. And finally Godzilla's like, all right, hands off, because Kong like smacked him in the face with the hammer. It's like, now it's on, and he throws him over like a jujitsu throw.
You heard when he broke his shoulder? You heard when he broke his shoulder?
Yeah, because they do the lethal weapon after. They do the lethal weapon when Kong gets back and he does the Mel Gibson to pop his shoulder back. Yeah. But I was like, and that was dope too, by the way. But it's like,
I loved seeing Godzilla go on fours like that.
I love
got
beast
a crocodilian state beast. How he was running after him,
beast mode. Because at that point he was pissed. He's like, "All right, fuck, I'm ending the shit." And then and then of course when he's got his foot on his chest, like, "Son, you gonna give up or what?" I was like, "It's a wrap," and he's just like, "All right, it's a wrap." You got
so
it.
I want the director maybe to explain. Hopefully he does a lot of explaining. Like, not to go back to him, but Snyder, he does a lot of explaining off camera, off movie. And they did the same with the Russo twins, with like, how come Doctor Strange couldn't just portal Thanos' arm?
Right.
Hopefully he does that. Like, Godzilla doesn't take victims, so why did he let Kong live after that and not just blast his face off? Because normally that's what he does. You know,
you're
like
saying after the Hong Kong fight. Yeah,
after he broke his chest plate, basically he looked at him. Like, normally he would just roast him. Like, that he doesn't take victims, he kills them. So how come he let him live and walk away? I get it, he's beat, but he doesn't do that.
But I think there was a little bit, and I think they want to convey there's a little bit of respect level. It's like, all right, you got skills, but I'm still the man. If you submit right now, I'm good. Because
but he didn't submit. He growled back at him.
He growled back at him, but at that point, Godzilla knew he couldn't do shit else. He was beaten.
Yes, but he doesn't take victims.
But also, he doesn't take victims. But here's the thing too: Kong was dying on his own. So it's almost like, dude, I don't need to kill you. You're about to die. If the humans hadn't come in and restarted his heart, he would have died.
And that was Easter egg back to 62 with the electricity.
Of course. But I think there's a point, because there is a part where Godzilla's like, you're already down, you're dying. I'm not gonna like blast you.
I'm gonna say this, my G. It really felt like Thor and Loki, like beef. Yeah. Like that's what it felt like.
Kong that's the point. They're supposed to have some. Yeah, they're supposed to have some respect level. It's minimal because they serve that purpose, because at the end Godzilla looks at Kong, they both roar at each other, and then Kong drops the axe like, yo, we good. And then
I like it, but I would have liked to see where Godzilla went. We saw Kong go to Hollow Earth. What's Godzilla doing now?
Yeah,
well, that's
director's
cut.
Please.
That's the sequel.
So
right?
another fanboy. There was supposed to be an after credit scene, and possibly two.
Yeah.
Apparently they lifted one and put it in the movie.
Yeah, they said that.
Yeah, and the reason why he didn't want to have an end scene is because then he didn't want to, like, once you do an end scene, you're married to, all right, you have to start from here.
Yep.
But at least show me what Godzilla's doing. Like, where did he swim off to? Like, where's he staying? Because his domain blew up in the last movie. So where is he?
Fair, I'm not that mad at that, because you can leave some stuff in mystery, and then you can have a sequel, and they're probably going to, because they're already saying the box office is crazy.
Oh, it's doing crazy numbers right now.
Sold out. Last two theaters I went to was sold out.
Yeah.
122 mil over in Asia. Like
Yeah.
first, like nah, it's winning.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It's letting people, hey, listen, movie theaters is back. Let's go.
And I think this is a really good look for Legendary because, I mean, as much as we love King of the Monsters, it didn't do as well as they wanted it to. So this one, if it exceeds expectations, we are for sure getting another one after this. The Monsterverse continues, which is good stuff for us. I want to wrap it up with you guys just to give the ratings, and then we can kind of, because we can talk about this all day, obviously.
All day. Yeah, all day.
The
all the
overall
mess
ratings.
ups, all the
Yeah.
mess ups are taken away just from the fights.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
See,
with you.
I didn't lose my interest. I give it a solid 8 just because of the fights. If I nitpick with the problems, then it goes down. But I'm not watching it for the humans. I'm watching it to see the fights.
All right, dope.
So,
Finale's got
yeah.
an 8. Joey, what do you say?
Like Finale said, man, you watch this movie for the fights. You don't watch to pay attention with the storylines for any of the humans, because a lot of it's kind of like all over the place and not entertaining whatsoever. I give it a 6.5.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. As someone who's just a casual fan, I can see that. I'm gonna give it an 8.5, only because, like Finale saying, the fights are like literally. I'm a little kid. I must have rewatched that damn Godzilla Kong fight like 18 times in my house after I watched it the first time, and then I rewatched the movie later. But that first night, I was just stuck on this Hong Kong movie. Like, damn, like some of this like detailing of the monsters moving is just so goddamn good. Like they got this shit.
Quasi, seeing Godzilla moving like that was everything.
Fucking fire.
Everything.
It's to me, it's almost comparable if I take y'all back to 93 when they did Jurassic Park and Spielberg was like that's when he knew that Jurassic Park was a go, after he saw T2 and they got the technology so down. Now then he was ready. To me, this is like that for Godzilla, where it's like now they've got the animal movement down so tight you can't even tell it's damn near animated half the time. And that was my shit. So I'm giving that a solid 8.5.
Nah, my G. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna watch it again right now.
Yeah, I bet you. Listen, if I didn't have work to do, I'd be right there with you.
I'm gonna make some breakfast and I'm gonna watch it again. Not the whole movie. I'll fast forward it to the boat fight and the Hong Kong fight.
That's what's up.
Because that's really all that matters. That's all the movie right there.
Yeah.
Boat,
yeah.
Hong Kong.
Yep. Yep.
That's it.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
That's all. That's it. You need nothing else. But how come the depth charges disrupted Godzilla though? Like Kong was already half dead.
We're gonna need a whole another episode to do. You know what I really want? We're gonna do another follow up to this maybe next week when we talk about more movies with Joe. When Lou's here, because Lou is all like ready to like nitpick, and I want to hear his side too as well. So guys, we're gonna wrap it up.
He got to get his revenge on me.
Yeah, right.
he FaceTimed me. He's like, oh, I can't wait to talk to Finale about this.
Yeah, but I mean, look again. I'm not biased, man. I have my issues with it. I do, but the difference is it didn't take away from me being entertained by the movie.
Right.
Like I wasn't mad at Tyree's character. Like he actually was funny. It wasn't corny to me either. Like tap water. Like it wasn't bad humor. Like I'm cool. And
I didn't like him or the other kid.
I don't like the other kid.
The other kid was bad.
The
kid from Deadpool I was good on.
Yeah, the Deadpool
I don't like
kid was gone.
But I like the dude because I'm a conspiracy theorist too. So I get it. Like
he was doing funny.
Things. He was doing things that I would do.
Yeah,
I'd be that guy working undercover for 5 years trying to uncover something. So I get it. But you know, it was the script was rushed. The writing was definitely rushed.
Yeah, but guys, to recap, Finale gives it an 8. Joey, you give it a 6.5, right?
Yep.
I'm giving it an 8.5. Godzilla versus Kong. Obviously, see it in theaters now.
Rotten Tomatoes are giving it.
Oh,
no, they not. Hold up, I'm checking this out right now.
It was at 80%. It was at 80 the other day.
They paid somebody.
Nah, brother, it's good.
No.
For what it is, it's not Grammy Award, but it's monster versus monster. That's what you're getting.
Yeah, it's pure popcorn flick, bro.
It's
you
gonna be
turn your mind off, your logical mind off for 2 hours and just.
Quasi. Kids going in that are fans of Kong are gonna come out fans of Godzilla because no kids like a loser.
Yeah, this is true.
Damn.
Yeah.
Spicy talk right now.
Second place, you're the first loser.
King Kong slander.
Yeah, second place, you're the first loser.
Hey, he was getting smoked the whole movie, so come on.
Nah, you ain't lying. Nah, you ain't lying. He was just getting his ass beat.
Yo, man was sleeping the whole time. He was looking like old man Logan.
All right, guys. But feature presentation, movie talk. Check out all of our socials down below. We're gonna see y'all. Subscribe to the channel, help us grow. Team Godzilla here. My man Joey, Team Kong, probably, but all good. We'll see what Lou and Sus say next week.
Nah, Team Batman.
Oh yeah, exactly. All right, y'all.
Batman.
Peace out.